Hello everybody, welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central European time on the dollar. We do this show every day, Monday to Friday, sometimes 9 a.m. because we gotta know what's happening in Bitcoin, altcoins and everything else. 13 people in the chat, 7 likes, that's good, 7 people getting good fortune. Rest are not. Bitcoin's up 2.27% to 42.6. Big dumps have been commencing in the last couple of days. So we're gonna check that out. What is the next move? You can see here coming right back up again. We are still in the channel. We're gonna talk a little bit about that, and that's mostly that's what we're gonna do today. So we're not gonna dwell too much about other stuff, but we are just gonna check out Bitcoin and how Bitcoin is doing. Besides that, important notice, and we are changing our channel a little bit. As you know, we got a TF Fans Club, our very own community. You can see here in our outro, TF Fans Club community, and we are sharing Qcoin and Bybit. There is a little bit change when it comes to TF Fans Club and how this works. So we had TF Fans Club before. The pricing had changed, and we got two new what is called levels on the TF Fans Club. The old one is going away. So if you got old TF Fans Club, you gotta switch to the new one, TF Fans Club, because it's more expensive. Gotta have more money in the bank. Besides that, the old one is not going away just yet, so you can keep that. You get still keep the green name, the emojis, and being very cool in the chat. But we are changing it from the the old one to the new one because of the pricing. And there's also blue balls right now, and blue balls is for everybody who wants the Telegram access and stuff like that, right? So just so you know, the old green names are going away. You gotta change if you want to keep your name. You gotta change the the new TF Fans Club. And in a couple of probably a month's time or something like that, I'm gonna remove the old one. That said, in the chat, we also gonna change so only green names can chat in the chat. Why? Because I want people to join TF Fans Club, so I gotta give them a little bit incentive to join it. So we're gonna do it like this over here. What is it? Only members can chat in the chat. There we go. Only members. So the beauty, what's up, man? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Everybody else. There we go. And that's the big change that's happening to the channel right now. So we're gonna see if we're gonna keep that or not. I'm not really consistent in anything I do, but we're gonna just see if I'm consistent with that. Besides that, Bitcoin is down, up 2.3% up here. If you look at on the daily time frame up here, we actually managed to break towards downside up here, which I consider very, very bearish. Let's remove all the lines up here. So we actually managed to go below the 50 moving average, and right now we're coming back above the 50 moving average. But this is actually not very, very good, because over here you can see the big red candle that we dumped towards downside. That was a 10% candle. Then we got this doji over here, and after the doji you should have some kind of pullback up here towards upside to show that there is some kind of bullishness on the chart. Unfortunately, there is no bullishness, and we dropped towards downside. So right now we're trying to go up again, but you can see up here that right now we are hitting this 50 moving average as resistance, and we are actually failing to actually even get above that. There is actually a channel over here, or there was a channel over here that went something like this over here, and you can see we broke through that channel towards downside, but we did not get above the 10 moving average on the first one. So there was no bullish engulfing candle above the 10 moving average or anything. We actually had to use another 4-hourly candle to get above this 10 moving average, and right now we're still in this downtrending channel. Now these downtrending channels are by definition more bullish than bearish, but if this continues again towards downside up here, I will expect this to break this over here and then have a big dump on the downside. So this intermediate channel up here on the small time frames, I actually do not want to go back below that channel. You can see up here also these weeks that we were hitting those levels, and we are trying to keep inside the channel up here, and we failed that, but we came right back up there again. So there is definitely some probability that we might actually again end on the other side. I can't say that this looks very too bullish on the small time frames, but that's what we got to work with right now. Now we are still in the bigger channel over here, and you'll see that we are still in the bigger channel. Nothing has changed, but with that over here, they go something like this over here, give or take. We are still in the bigger channel, and we are right now on the bottom of this channel. And of course, a lot of people think this might actually break towards downside, me included right now. But what I've learned from myself is that oftentimes when I come in some kind of fear that, you know, oh my God, if we break down, it's pretty much over, it's just gonna start dumping. This is the point actually where it, you know, returns and goes towards the upside. And this happens very often in some kind of bullish trend or bull markets. You will come to major support levels, you will actually break those support levels, you will think it's over, it's gonna continue towards downside and kind of just reverse and goes into opposite direction. So that's what I'm actually hoping for. That's the hoping for today. That's this, for whatever reason, might actually over here, you know, consolidate and, you know, get back above these moving averages up here towards the upside. And that would be very, very bullish. Unfortunately, that's hopium, and that's what we got to work with. So we got nothing else besides that. On the bigger time frames, we also got a weekly close, and the weekly close also we got a bearish engulfing candle. If you check this out over here. This red candle over here also is bearish engulfing candle, but it did hold the support down here on the bottom. So we did not break the support. It was bearish engulfing candle, but without breaking this bottom support over here and the 10 moving average at 41.4. So, you know, technically we are still okay. We are just still, you know, ranging in this, you know, box up here at the top. And, you know, we technically haven't broken it towards the downside. Yeah, also this channel up here, I think it goes something like this over here, is still not broken. Everything looks nice and dandy, and we are just bouncing off of the 10 moving average and the bottom support. So, you know, we hit the support, a lot of traders go in and try to long those levels. The price tries to recover up here towards the upside. We're gonna see that if we can actually manage to do that, get above the resistance level up here at 44k levels. I think these are 44k levels, 43.9, yeah, 44k levels, give or take. So we're gonna see if we can actually manage to, you know, come back from those levels. But right now we are just still in the box up here, and we are still looking whether this is gonna break on the downside or not. If we do break on the downside over here, if we do break on the downside over here, there are a couple of levels that needs to be taken into consideration. But previously every single big dump was around 20% dump, right? So this was 20% dump, this was 20% dump, this over here was 24% dump, a little bit up here 21% dump, but we had you know, 20% dump so far, and this latest dump up here right now is 15.76%. So if we go a little bit longer down, you know, 20% is somewhere around 39k, give or take, up here, and that might be also the case right now. So I think that there is good reason for why we should actually indeed, in fact, break towards downside. And this comes because over here right now there has been a lot of trading, both longs and short positions. And what's actually happening up here is that right now we are below, over here, just below ourselves, actually below these wicks on the downside over here. And let me change this to blue, some kind of blue color over here. So it's a little bit different up here, nice blue color. So this range on the downside, give or take, I don't know how big it is, but this is what we call a liquidity grab, right? So if you go below these low points over here, these wicks on the downside, and these wicks on the downside are sitting at 40k. If you go below 40k, we get into what I would assume is a liquidity zone, right? So a lot of people that are long over here, they're putting their stop losses just below the 40k level up here, because if you go down, you know, it's pretty much over. So there is a very good, you know, idea that we should get into the box down here and pick up whatever liquidity is there before we actually continue going towards the upside. On the other hand, the liquidity on the top side up here is above, I don't know if it's above 49k, but I think we already picked up that liquidity, right? So I think that liquidity up here was above the 45.9, give or take, towards the upside, and I think we already picked up that liquidity on the upside. So the liquidity on the upside was picked up, and right now on the downside and down here, I think if you go into the box over here, I think the liquidity on the box is gonna get picked up as well. So I think there might be, even though I still believe that, you know, more pain is towards the upside than towards the downside, because if you go towards the downside, people like me still wants to buy, right? People like me still wants to buy. Welcome to TFS Club, and you bought old. But that's good. Wait, that's good, man. You gotta wait like 1 month until I change that, you know, remove that, so it's good. Welcome to, you know, to TFS. My strategy already works. I do, man. I just want people to join TFN Club, you know. So on the downside down here, I think there is more pain if you go towards the upside than towards the downside, because if you go towards the downside, people like me that still have money on the side, they want to buy in, right? They want to buy in, they want this, you know, 20, 30, 40% pullbacks, whatever is going to come, right? And they want to buy in, and I'm looking at that as well. I do wish that we could pull back. I want, you know, altcoin to get wrecked like crazy so I can buy cheap. I mean, that is normal. And I think a lot of people are thinking that way. We are very, very close. We only got a couple of months left, you know, January, February, March, April. 17 April is Bitcoin halving. After that, it's up only, right? So you got like 3 months left. So the big question is, are we going to get any kind of pullback before that happens? And I think a lot of people are just staying in the long position. They're not selling the dumps anymore, because we are so close to the halving right now that I still believe that the upside is more pain, because a lot of people shorting gonna get wrecked. On the other hand, the liquidity on the zone down here might actually have something to it. So, you know, 20% down over here from these stops up here, 22% down, give or take. This 20% move down might still happen. We might pick up this liquidity down here and then create some kind of bottom down here at around 40k and then continue towards the upside. A little bit unsure how this is gonna play out, but we are still in the box, we are still in the channel, we are still sitting on the support level, but it does look a little bit weak over here, because if you look at the chart and just look at this last part up here, this last part actually broke towards the downside. I don't know where to draw these lines, maybe over here somewhere, but I would say it goes something like over here, because of these closes up here at the top, maybe something like this up here. Close, close, then close, close, close. Something like it is very a weird line. So it might have already broken towards the downside. It might already have broken towards the downside. So right now what we are having is just, you know, dead cat bounce up here towards the upside, waiting for these moving averages and then zigzag and then, you know, eventually break towards the downside, get it in the liquidity zone and then go towards the upside. Not really optimistic right now on Bitcoin, but I do believe that, you know, again, more pain is towards the upside than towards the downside. What's up, I'm back. Oh man, what a kid's way. We were in the USA for a few weeks and returned to the final colony of mice. Mice? Where do you live that you have mice? Welcome, TM. How did you do that TM stuff in the back? Is that emoji? Might be emoji. Belgium. Get mice in Belgium. Nice. Well, there's only one thing to do. Emoji, yes. Yeah, okay, it's emoji. TM. Is there a TLA? There should be a TLA emoji. How do we do TLA? How do we do emojis on this channel? We don't have TLA emoji. We need a TLA emoji. Where is the TLA emoji? We only have TF Fans Club emoji. We don't have TLA emoji. Yeah, we got TFM, but we need yeah, and we got but we need TLA, and we also gotta have the blue balls. So the blue balls are coming, guys. The blue balls are coming. The emoji for blue balls are coming. So there is that. So that's what I'm looking at Bitcoin right now. I'm not really optimistic short term, but again, remember, the halving is very, very close. It's up only from you know, very, very soon, and any dip is a buy the dip opportunity, the way I see it. So yes, I'm praying to, you know, anybody who is gonna listen to me, please dip a little bit so I can get in. And I think a lot of people are in the same situation. On the other hand, a lot of people are also who don't know how to read the charts, don't know what's happening. Any kind of 20+% dip, they're gonna be, you know, scared shitless, and they might not buy. So that's actually very, very good. Let's go up here and look at fear and greed index. It's a long time since we looked at fear and greed index and how it is. And I have right now sitting at 52 neutral, so not much has changed. Let's see, last 3 months, it's just been sitting here in at 70 levels. Let's see, 1 year max. June 22. This is the blue balls levels, guys. These are the blue balls levels. This over here in June 2022, that's the capitulation of Bitcoin. It went all the way down to something like, you know, 6-7 levels. Over here in 21st March 2020, this is just before the corona dump, right? Those are the levels. So you know where to buy, right? You know where to buy. When we get into these extreme levels, those are the places to buy. Over here, this is the very first dump on Bitcoin. Also, these levels came in some kind of extreme fear down here. I think this was like something like 10 levels or something like that. So anytime you got these extreme levels around 10 and below 10, all the way down here at the bottoms, those are the buy the fear levels, right? And then we pulled up a little bit 20 right now, you know, sitting at 40 up here, and right now we pulled back a little bit lately, and right now sitting at 50. So we have been very you know, bullish up here at the top, around 70, but right now we pulled a little bit towards the upside, but it's slowly coming towards the upside. We are not at euphoria levels up here above 80 yet. We came to 70 levels, so we're not in euphoria levels. I mean, these euphoria levels kick in at later points. We had euphoria levels in June 2019. When was that? June 2019. Euphoria, I think that was over here. Yeah, June, July 2019. That's what euphoria level. This was parabolic move up here towards these stops. People got super bullish very too fast, too quickly. But right now we don't have euphoria levels over here yet. We got some kind of 70 levels on fear and greediness, but we don't just yet have the. We don't yet have the euphoria levels, which is actually very good. Now, if you look at it again on the weekly time frame over here, this big wick that picked up liquidity on the upside actually pulled back towards the downside. Right now, I think we're gonna pick up the liquidity on the downside. But I'm not saying that this has to happen because, again, a lot of people are still waiting for the pullback. So, you know, these people never get the chance to. I mean, they had, you know, 1, 2, 3 chances to buy the 20% pullbacks. They didn't buy it. So, you know, are they gonna get another chance? Maybe not. We're gonna see that. But everybody think it's over, so, you know, pull back and then, you know, fast move again towards the upside. That might be the case. Doesn't matter, guys. In April 17, this April 15, very soon, we are getting the halving, and from this point on, it's only up from here, guys. So it's good times, only good times from now on. So we're gonna see how it plays out. That's it, guys. That's the show for today. I just want to talk a little bit about Bitcoin. I don't have actually much more to talk about. I was looking at Sui. Sui is pumping like crazy. There is another coin that I posted in the chat. I can comp USDT, and I think this actually looks very nice. I am waiting indeed. You can see up here too many lines. I'm gonna just remove all the lines, and I think this actually looks very nice. I don't know what comp is, but the fact that it did not, you know, over here in capitulation phase in 2022, it did not bleed towards downside and do something like this up here. It was holding these levels, and if you look at comp versus let's split the chart up here a little bit. If you look at comp versus Chainlink, and you'll see that Chainlink had the same kind of consolidation phase down here at the bottom. Not actually the same consolidation phase, but you know, this thing over here came into the box on the bottom side, right? Came to the box, and the Chainlink did the same thing. I mean, Chainlink had even a stronger box up here. I mean, it's still in the box, it's still in you know, accumulating up here, and there are definitely other coins that are accumulating, but you know, it is in the box. And just like Chainlink over here, it did not bleed below these you know, capitulation levels on Bitcoin. So once it's capitulated, it just went sideways into accumulation zone, and right now it's out of the accumulation zones. Not only that, Chainlink looks actually very good on the chart, but this thing up here, you can see up here, it went up to 20 moving edge, went up to 20, managed to break above it. Now we are doing some kind of, you know, weird doji up here on the monthly time frame. But even on the weekly, let me go to the daily time frame to see how this play out. On the daily time frame, I was actually watching this, and I was looking at this candle up here where we got where it got this bullish engulfing candle, and that was very nice. But I'm thinking that weekly might also get a bullish engulfing candle, and right now I do see that it did get this bullish engulfing candle about resistance level. I still believe this might actually pull back over here a little bit towards downside, just like when we got the bullish engulfing candle the first time. It pulled back to the 20 moving average. Right now it's consolidating, maybe even a little bit more towards downside, but I think that's the same case gonna be on the weekly time frame. It's gonna pull back, touch one of these lines, and maybe go towards that side. I'm a little bit unsure where it's gonna pull back, but I think right now this looks actually extremely bullish over here. For comp, number one, it is still in the zone. and as long as Bitcoin doesn't pull back, I think this might go. This might go even before Bitcoin. On the other hand, there is a little bit you know, bearishness up here, because this looks like expanding musical instrument up here on the bottom side. On the bottom side, but you know, it is very close. It is very close. Even if it pulls back up here, I think it just might actually go again towards the upside. This would actually be very bad. It needs to get above these levels. Forget I said anything about comp, man. Forget about I said about comp. It will go eventually, but when is the case? When is the case? Also, this line up here, give or take. Yeah, this one looks legit over here. Maybe it's very close. Still not out of the zone, so it can actually continue ranging. Hex and Pulse also pumping. Yeah, lately Hex and Pulse have been pumping. I've been watching those. I haven't been watching those that much, but I've been watching those a little bit. Let's go to pulsechain.com because you can check out the coins. And there we go. Pulse is actually 1.09 times the SEC price, so I'm in profit 0.9%. Unfortunately, on PulseX, I'm still down a bunch because I did SEC on both of these things, and it's down by it's only 0.35% of the SEC price. So PulseX is down by a bunch, but it's been pumping lately. Yeah, it's been pumping a lot. Over here, you can see down here, it's pumping a lot. It's still, you know, it still needs to go up here, all the way up here towards this previous top, you know, for me to get, you know, into break even, but it is doing very nicely. And this, you know, if you can call this accumulation zone down here, it does look like it's out of the accumulation zone over here. Below the levels down here, because all these levels, I would assume this is accumulation zone where you have this capitulation phase, and then you consolidate, you try to get up, you retest these levels, and right now it's out of the accumulation zone towards upside. So it does look very good. So it might be just the case that, you know, Pulsechain and Hex and PulseX are gonna perform. All of these three coins are doing well. And you can also see here that Pulsechain as well is out of the accumulation zone down here at the bottom. So you're gonna see, but it is performing very good. And from the bottom towards top right now, it already did 100%, only 100%. That's slow. And let me see Hex. By the way, let me just check out Hex. 160 PLS. That's the Hex price. Let's check how Hex is doing. I haven't been watching Hex, and this is the new Hex chart. There is another chart for Hex, and we might check that out. But this bottom seemed to hold, and right now as well, up here coming to some kind of top up here. But the trend line over here at the top up here, it doesn't go something like this. Previous top up here, give or take. This top, it might have been just out. It might be just out, but it still looks like it's still below the previous top up here, so it's not yet quite completely out. But all of these three coins, both Hex, PulseX, and Pulsechain, I mean, if one pumps, the other pumps. The same thing goes for, you know, Polkadot. You know, if Polkadot pumps, then Polka Starter pumps, Polka Dex pumps, anything Polka pumps. You know, so you gotta watch the coins that are in combination with each other. If Matic pumps, then entire Matic ecosystem coins pumps. If Solana pumps, entire you know, ecosystem of Solana pumps. If Cardano pumps, entire ecosystem of Cardano pumps. So you know, ecosystems pumps in batches. So there's that. But this you know, I like that, you know, Pulse X and Pulse is up, because you know, I'm down by a bunch on those. You know, I was hoping that this time, you know, I wasn't, you know, early buyer next. I don't know if you guys know the story about Hex. I was there when there was a, you know, initial coin offering for Hex. I could have bought Hex so cheap, and I didn't. I was watching it live for 3 days. When I didn't buy first, because I knew the first guys that buy is gonna go a little bit down, so I was waiting. And when it came to the literal button, I was sitting with my finger on the trigger and did not pull the trigger. It was one of my biggest mistakes ever in my crypto life. And you know, when PulseX and Pulsechain came, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy this. I don't care, I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna be first one. And I bought this when I had this sacrificing phase. I bought after 5 days or something like that. And unfortunately, that was a bad buy. That was a bad buy, because initially it just went down so much. Life, that's life, man. We can't predict anything, everything. So Bitcoin looks nice. It's still in this consolidation phase, but it looks very, very weird. And I would expect, you know, if I'm going to become bullish again, I need to see it above 44.5 or something like that. Over here, I need to see above 44.5, but if it breaks below the channel up here at 21.5 point something and starts closing on the downside, that might just be the capitulation event for the accumulation up here at the top. So I'm looking at this box, and then we are looking for some kind of new support levels down here that actually might actually bounce us again towards downside. But yeah, once this start, if this starts going towards downside, the first thing we're gonna do is start, you know, drawing lines, seeing, you know, consolidation phases, is this gonna, you know, recover towards upsides. So come back to the channel, we got something else. Debuting, thanks for stopping by. Way hope you fixed the mice problem, and everybody else that's been watching again, we changed the TF fans club, and we changed a little bit how the live streams are working. So if you want to chat in live streams, you gotta join the TF fans club. The old one is going away, so you got old TF fans club, you know, you gotta switch to the new TF fans club. The old one is gonna be here for, you know, give or take another month, and then I'm gonna remove it. So anybody who's got old TF fans club membership, you know, they're gonna lose it, so you gotta change. And then we got a blue ball, so if you want to join our Telegram chat, there's that. Guys, thank you for watching. It's been enjoyable. I'm gonna do stuff. The snow has been falling here yesterday, so I gotta go and remove the snow. That's always fun. Bye bye guys, take care. I saw that Ivan Tech is streaming, so you guys can check him out. And by the way, thank you for watching my show instead of Ivan Tech. I do appreciate it. Bye bye guys. Where is my outro? I got a new outro as well. Bye bye.